What's going on, everyone? Today we're going to be talking about the Patriots' fourth-round draft choice of Layden Robinson, lineman out of Texas A&M. I'm going to be giving my thoughts on the matter and his future with the New England Patriots, so let's get right into it. So with the 104th overall selection in the 2024 NFL Draft, Patriots select right guard out of Texas A&M, Layden Robinson. And to be honest, I was a bit surprised that the Patriots actually drafted an interior offensive lineman this high in the draft. I felt like that was a position that they have a ton of versatility and depth at as of right now. But they clearly identified some traits in Layden Robinson that they liked, and hopefully that can translate well to the NFL. So some of the things that he can really do well here, at that being Layden Robinson, he's kind of really built for a run-first system, and that could certainly be what Alex Van Pelt is planning in terms of the Patriots offense. He ran that a lot with Cleveland. Obviously, he had a lot of different personnel in Cleveland, having probably one of the best backs in the league in Nick Chubb in Cleveland. But also you do have Ramondre Stevenson here, very talented back, Antonio Gibson as well. But getting a run blocker like Layden Robinson in this draft certainly adds even more depth to your offensive line. And that's certainly a trait that the Patriots are going to look for him to be productive in. Was certainly very productive in college with that trait, and hopefully that will translate to the NFL. Some other good traits that he kind of displayed in college was he really did do a good job of accelerating into his blocks, kind of met a lot of linemen in terms of run blocking at the point of attack, and was able to really use his weight and kind of push the tempo a little bit to create bigger holes for the backs in the backfield. If he's able to do that in the NFL, that's certainly going to help his ability to be on the field. Does a real nice job of sustaining the blocks as well. He's able to hold his position, use his strength that he has, and kind of sustain those blocks. As well as, since he has quick feet, he is able to move into the second level rather quickly and create even more impact blocks down the field, which will spring backs for even larger runs. And because of his quick feet, he's able to kind of really do a lot of like the pulling blocking scheme that the Patriots have displayed over the past couple of years, as well with Alex Van Pelt, like he did in Cleveland. Expected there to be a lot of like pulling blocks, even some trap plays where if Layden Robinson is on the field, that can certainly be an area that he excels with because of his strength as well as his quick feet. And since he's able to reach the second levels, hopefully that's going to spring Ramondre or Antonio Gibson for even bigger runs. Some of the areas where he has struggled is more so in the passing game. He is not the greatest of pass blocking guards, and you can kind of see this through some of his traits. He has a real difficulty in identifying kind of some of the stunted blitzes that some defenses might throw at him, as well as some stunts between the defensive lines. So that's certainly an area the Patriots are going to have to coach into him. The ability to communicate with not only his fellow offensive linemen, but just kind of trying to read the defense from that scenario. He's going to have David Andrews, a very well-experienced center, playing next to him, as well as Michael Onwenu, either playing in front of him or to the or next to him. So those are two guys that will really kind of, I think, will help him learn the communication, as well as being able to identify what some of the defensive linemen or linebackers are going to do and what his jobs will be in terms of picking up blitzes or just kind of the gaps that he has to cover as a guard. In the pass blocking game, he does often display a tendency to get off balance in some of his blocks. He's not necessarily the biggest offensive guard. He does have size, but you could look for him to kind of even gain a little more muscle pounds, I would say, and get even stronger. That way he won't be off balance in some of his pass blocking schemes. As well as he kind of does get hurried into some blocks when he loses position. And he is not necessarily a small guard, but he certainly could gain even more weight. So that will certainly help him if he is able to increase that strength, especially in pass blocking scenarios. It'll be good for him just to gain more weight. That way he becomes stronger and doesn't really have to compensate with being so aggressive towards his blocks. It might help him during the run game to be aggressive, but also just in the pass blocking game, just to really be able to stay the course, as well as just pick up your man. That's certainly going to help him if he's able to develop in those tendencies. So taking a look at some of his grades, as well as his positional snaps and stats for the 2023 season. Like I said before, strictly played right guard at Texas A&M. This past season played 690 snaps at the right guard position. He had an overall grade of around 66 for a 65.7 precise grade. Pass block grade of around 61, 61.2. And a run block grade of around 69 for a 69.4. I actually had 8 penalties, 1 sack, 5 QB hits given up, 10 hurries, as well as 16 pressures. So you can see he is a much better run blocker than pass blocking grade. For the guard position, didn't give up a ton of sacks, only 1 on this previous season. Gave up 16 pressures, those, and 10 hurries, 5 QB hits. You'd like to see that improve just a little bit. Not terrible stats. He certainly improved on that this upcoming season compared to his prior season in 2022, but still developing in that area, being a pass blocker. He's only 22 years old, so you can certainly still develop him in that area. His run blocking grade is very good for his age, though, and you'll kind of see through his college career that's more so his bread and butter. So for the 2022 season, played 753 snaps at the right guard position. Had an overall grade of 56.6. Pass block grade of 40.9, so around a 41 there. And a run block grade of around 65 for a 64.8. Had 5 penalties against him, 4 sacks, 11 QB hits, 21 hurries, 36 pressures. That's a lot for the college level. Giving up 4 sacks from the interior of the offensive line is not ideal. Gave up 36 pressures, 21 hurries, 11 QB hits. That's a solid amount, like I said, for the interior position. And you'll kind of see it's kind of a consistent thing with the Aggies. Just the inconsistency of players as well as the ability. You haven't seen a lot of development from year to year with that program. I know a lot of people like Daniel Jeremiah and some of the Bleacher Report draft analysis have kind of criticized the A&M program for that. A lot of their draftees really haven't seen much improvement on a year-to-year basis. And while Layden has gotten better in the run block grade, I would say it certainly does have some inconsistencies as well as the pass blocking grade. And taking a look at his 2021 season, this was probably actually his highest graded season. Well, factually it was, but this was probably his best season overall. Played 622 snaps at the right guard position. So a little bit of a lower snap count, but you can see the productivity kind of peaking at this point for his NCAA career. He had an overall grade of around 81, an 80.7, a pass block grade of around 65.6, and a run block grade of 85. Only had 1 penalty, 0 sacks given up, only 1 QB hit, 8 hurries and 9 pressures. Really had a nice season there. Very productive for the Aggies. That's a lot of snap counts, or a lot of snaps for him not giving up a sack at all. Only 9 pressures, 8 hurries. So pretty nice job in his pass blocking grade there. That was certainly his best pass protection season, as well as gave up a really elite run grade of around an 85. So certainly Layden Robinson is a run-first offensive lineman, really thrives more so in that area compared to his pass protection. That's certainly an area that the Patriots are going to have to develop him in. But under guys like Michael Onwenu, as well as like City Sal, I know City Sal got a pretty good amount of playing time last season. Those are players who can potentially look to kind of help him in that area develop, as well as I'm sure the coaching staff is going to stick with him and try and just teach him all the tools of the trade and get him into a position where he could be an all-around complete lineman. All right, everyone. Those were my thoughts on the Patriots edition of Aggie lineman Layden Robinson. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below, and thank you so much for watching. Appreciate it.